a good old girl.
Well, she used to carry my books to school.
Sally was a good old girl.
Helped me with my homework, 'cause I was a fool.
Sally was a good old girl.
If you wanted a kiss or a little bitty squeeze, she was always willing, she'd do her best to please. Said girls was born to love and not made to tease. Sally was a good old girl. Yes, Sally was a good old girl.
Did you know that
Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she always gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl. Now her folks were poor and she helped all she could.
Sally was a good old girl.
The hardest working girl in the neighborhood.
Sally was a good old girl.
She'd walk up and down the streets all day, selling neckties to the ones who would pay. If they couldn't afford them, she'd give them away. For Sally was a good old girl. Yes, Sally was a good old girl.
Did you know that
Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she always gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl. Now she was a favorite with all the men.
Sally was a good old girl.
And all the other girls despised her then.
But Sally was a good old girl.
All the women talked about her, but Sally didn't care. She kept on a-working and a-doing her share. She wound up married to a millionaire. Boy, Sally was a good old girl. Well, Sally was a good old girl.
you know
Yes,
that
Sally was a good old girl. No matter what the request, she always gave it her best. Sally was a good old girl. Yes, Sally was a good old girl.